We're going to play this from beginning to end with no interruptions, and then maybe we'll come back to talk about it. But here we go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lanto. Can I have you take your cap off the court, please? Thank you. Calling People versus Joshua Lanto, case number 21-001844OI. Today is the date and time set for an arraignment and pretrial.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Lisa Hamami on behalf of White Lake Township.
Good afternoon. And sir, you are Mr. Joshua Lanto, correct?
My name is Josh.
Thank you. This is the date time set for arraignment and pretrial.
Judge, if I may, before you proceed, we've had a number of arraignment/pretrials where you try to arraign the defendant. You have been graciously patient and understanding throughout this entire process, as Mr. Lanto indicates to you that he doesn't understand the definition of the word drive and other definitions throughout this process. This is all while you're trying to explain to him his rights. Judge, I have not objected, I have not interfered, I have not in any way opposed the time you have taken with Mr. Lanto to walk him through the process, explain to him what he's charged with, as you're obviously supposed to do it in an arraignment. I need to alert you to some information that I came across. In fact, the police department came across. Mr. Lanto was interviewed by Artie's Corporate Fiction channel, and it's on YouTube. You might recall at the last hearing, Mr. Lanto indicated to you that he consulted with an attorney referring to this Artie's Corporate Fiction. On January 6th of this year, he was interviewed by Artie because of his reference to Artie, which I understand is not his real name, but that's what he goes by. I have a few quotes, Judge. He's indicated to Artie that he was frustrated with the court because he was expecting and anticipating a pretrial because that was what was on all the paperwork from the court. Because of his frustration, he made the choice on the spot and on the fly that he was just going to turn this into a kangaroo court. He admitted to frustrating the process. He stated on at least 3 occasions during this interview that this is a kangaroo court, and once he called it a circus court. He advised the show's audience, Judge, that the closer to the arraignment phase that you can stay, the safer you are. The interviewer was questioning him, telling him to admit that he was playing dumb and his whole purpose is to frustrate the process. Judge, I would tell you that it's certainly something that if you're interested in listening to, I can forward you the link to this interview. But I did want to bring this to your attention because it does seem to indicate that he is intentionally trying to stall the process and not really, quote unquote, not understanding it.
Well, I object to everything Ms. Ameme just said. Can we put her under oath if she's going to testify?
Well, she's not testifying.
Right, but
She's giving me some information.
Right, but if she's good.
If that's information that's available to the public, Mr. Lanto, actually, I probably should put you under oath to see if you actually said those things. If you're just, playing a game with the court certainly doesn't appreciate it.
Well, I've been advised.
I've been very patient, Mr. Lanto. I've been very patient with you. And your understanding now is my notes indicate that I adjourned the last hearing because you indicated you were going to hire a lawyer.
Well, I said I was going to seek out.
Have a lawyer's appearance.
Well, objection. I did not say I was going to hire a lawyer. I said I was going to seek out advice. And the advice that I sought out,
Did you intended to hire an attorney?
I said I intended to seek out counsel. That's what I said on the record.
All right.
And so,
Let's just get to the arraignment, Mr. Lanto.
And so that advice was, can I get the insurance and the bond information for yourself and Miss Ameme, please?
I can't get to a bond because you've been playing a game with me. I'm trying trying to get you arraigned. So I'm going to arraign you now. And hope by this time you understand the word drive. So it is alleged on about June 24th of 2021 in the Township of White Lake, County of Oakland, State of Michigan. It's alleged that you were driving a motor vehicle on a road that was open to the public. And while you were driving that motor vehicle, it's alleged that your driver's license was either expired or canceled. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable upon conviction by a maximum of up to 93 days in Oakland County Jail and or up to $500 in fines of the cost. Now, because it is a misdemeanor, you are afforded certain constitutional rights. Let me go over those rights with you at this time. You have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute. If you stand mute, the plea of not guilty will be entered on your behalf. You may plead no contest with permission of the court. A no contest plea is treated as a guilty plea. At trial, you have the right to call witnesses to speak on your behalf. You may get an order by the court that requires those witnesses to come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you. You have the right to be a witness for yourself or remain silent. If you remain silent, that silence cannot be used against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, if you plead guilty or no contest, your plea is accepted, you won't give up those rights that I've just explained to you. You should also note if you're currently on probation or parole, finding of guilt or a plea of guilty could affect your status of probation or parole. You also may be entitled to an attorney appointed at your expense, appointed at a public defender. If you cannot afford an attorney of your own choice, you should note that you may be required to repay the expense of that court-appointed attorney. Now, Mr. Lanto, do you understand those rights?
I don't, and like I said,
What don't you understand?
because you just said in your own words that I am presumed innocent until proven guilty, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and does that mean I'm presumed innocent of all the elements of a charge?
You're presumed innocent until proven guilty, or you plead guilty or no contest, as I've just stated.
Well, that doesn't answer the question. The question
It does answer the question.
the question is, am I presumed innocent of all the elements of a charge? That's yes or no.
I answered yes.
Okay, and one of the
Until proven guilty or you plead guilty or no contest.
okay, and is one of those elements of the charge jurisdiction? Presumed innocent of jurisdiction.
Yes.
Okay, so can I please get your bond information and Miss Jimenez's bond information, please?
Once you tell me, are you going to stand mute to the charge? Or are you going to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
Neither one. The court. Neither one. It's just been said on record. I'm presumed innocent of all the elements of a charge. One of which is jurisdiction.
You have an opportunity to plead at this moment. So if you're not going to plead, I'll assume that you're standing mute. I'll enter plead not guilty.
Objection. Objection. I object to that.
I'll set this matter. I'm going to set this matter for pre-trial.
It appears as though I'm being prosecuted from the bench, and it appears I'm being coerced into paying fines.
Mr. Lanto, I'm just getting the arraignment process. I'm going to set this matter for
Well, I object.
Now, you told me before that you intend to hire an attorney. Are you going to?
I did not say that.
Should I set this on a,
That is.
should I set this on a day when a public defender is available?
Well, objection, because that's not what I said. I said I intend to consult with somebody about this. And the person I consulted with instructed me to get your bond information and the insurance information so I know where to send the bar grievance forms and the judicial investigation report.
I will set this matter on a day when a public defender is available.
Are you,
You have the right to get your own lawyer if you want to.
I would
You just make sure he or she's aware of that court date that will be sent to you or you'll get after today's hearing.
can I please get
He or
the
she will be required to appear as well.
can I please get the information I requested because
As I stated previously, you're entitled to bond.
nobody has responded to the paperwork that I dropped off. Can I please get a response?
I will note that you have attended all court appearances except for one, but you did appear for the show cause hearing. That was set as a result of that.
May I please get the information that I requested?
I'm inclined to give you a personal bond.
And there's no response to the paperwork that I dropped off, and there's no response to the information that...
Paperwork in my possession right now, Mr. Lanto. When you say paperwork that you dropped off, I don't know what
At
you're
the,
talking about.
at the initial arraignment, it was said on record that you got it and you understood it.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about your affidavit of status?
As well as the notice of deficiencies,
I
yes.
don't know. When you say paperwork I dropped off, I don't know what paperwork you dropped off.
It was the paperwork that you said you received and you understood.
What paperwork, sir?
The affidavit of status and...
There's lots of paperwork.
Okay,
You have to tell me what you're referring to.
the affidavit of status and the notice of deficiencies that I dropped off.
I received an affidavit of status.
Could you please...
Notice of deficiencies and irregularities.
Yeah, I have a copy of it. I'd like to read that into the record, please.
No, that's not proper. So the court is going to set your bond in the amount of $500 for recovery cognizance. You do not need to post any money to the court, but that does ensure your appearance in court. If for some reason you fail to show for any future court appearance, you will run the risk of having that bond forfeited. A bench warrant could issue for your arrest. Ultimately, a new bond would be set.
Good.
So in other words, just make sure you come to court when you're supposed to.
Well, you said that a bench warrant could be issued, but that doesn't tell me whether one will or won't.
Well, because you've appeared in court. I just told you if you don't appear in court, that's what might happen.
That's what might happen. So it might or it might not.
That's right. That's right.
It appears I'm being
court date. I don't have that court date right now. Your file is going to be sent up to the front desk.
It appears I'm being coerced.
And we will send the court date to you in the mail.
So under threat and coercion, I will show up.
Thank you. All right.
Under
We will see you at your pretrial.
under threats and coercion, I will show up. Okay, guys, so anyways, that's where I get cut off. Okay, so let's come back here and let's pull this back up for you guys. So that's where it gets cut off. What do you guys think? Bear with me, guys, on the lagging internet here. But what do you guys think of that? Feel free to tell me in the comments if you're watching this now or if you're watching this later. Feel free to drop me a comment right now to tell me what you thought about the Clarkston court. Do you think they're trying to use threats to coerce me into money? Is that extortion? Is that extortion? Because I said it at the beginning. Before I used to just throw out the suspicion and the accusation. Now I'm coming out with it right now. You guys are trying to, that's what you're. So come after me for contempt for saying that. I dare you. I dare you to come after me for contempt for saying that, guys.